Hey everyone, and welcome back. So, Rose McGowan went on Big Think, coked out of her mind or something. You may have seen the video, but there's obviously no chance that I'm not doing a video on this. Let's watch the train wreck, shall we? Enjoy.
The thing we should do with people who create art that have done terrible things. Well, if you found out the head of Johnson & Johnson was a serial rapist that everybody at Johnson & Johnson knew, one way or another, would you still buy that baby powder?
Sure I would. Just because there's a bunch of assholes in management doesn't mean I feel the need to punish the tens of thousands of little guys who are just trying to put food on the table for their families. And wouldn't you know it, we actually have a system for punishing people who commit crime. It's called a court of law. So there's really no need for you to form your own tribunal. And we don't need your incitement for witch hunts.
Sorry your heroes are going away. Wah. There are more important things to do, okay? Sorry, bummer for you. Wah.
What? Wah? What heroes? Harvey Weinstein was certainly never my hero if that's what you're talking about. And I don't give a shit about CEOs for megacorps.
The construct of society, the raping and killing of women. There's a channel called ID. It's devoted to 24 hours a day of sexualizing murder victims.
Okay, you're obviously talking about ID Investigation Discovery, a subset of the Discovery Channel. That is not a channel that tries to sexualize anything. They report on true crime, that's it. They may spice things up with dramatic music, but they certainly never try to make anything sexy. And in the end, the bad guy is always caught. And furthermore, isn't it funny how these people are never satisfied? I mean, normally you guys lose your shit because media is not reporting enough about crimes against women. So should they or shouldn't they report on it? Make up your fucking mind.
Okay, stop it.
No.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. That's my message. Just knock it off.
Stop what? I'm not the head of Investigation Discovery. You got a problem with him? Why don't you send him an email? There's no need to go on Big Think about it. Unless they're planning on renaming themselves to Big Stink.
Wah, you don't get to like Woody Allen. Oh, what a big, huge loss for you.
Well, I've never really liked Woody Allen, but now that I know it pisses you off so much, I'm gonna have to give him a second look.
I'm really sorry. You are not. He's right about that.
I'm sure that compares to the girl who's just been raped that now feels like she wants to hang herself from her balcony, right?
Look, I can't even keep up with all your Me Too accusations. Why don't you just let the justice system handle it? It's what it's there for.
Because that really balances out.
If you say so.
So when people bitch about that, sorry, bummer for you. Wah, wah. You don't watch Birth of a Nation, do you? Probably not. Because you know it's racist.
I don't watch it because it sucks balls, but they do watch it in film school. I hope you realize that observing a racist action is not in itself a racist action.
So in time, these people would be looked at like that.
Who are these people? What are we talking about here? Male feminists? Oh, okay, well that makes sense. I'm sure you're right.
My job and others' jobs at work in kind of what I'm doing.
What is your job description exactly? So people are paying you to show up and act, right? But that's just a side gig? What they're really paying for is for you to go on Twitter and bitch about things. Am I getting this right?
Is to put an asterisk next to these assholes' names for all time.
Your job is to put an asterisk next to a name? Okay, I'm sure that's going to turn out just as good as it did for trans asterisk. In other words, no one knows what it means and no one cares.
And if people want to cry about not getting to like somebody they liked when they're kids, well, get a fucking bigger problem. It's not that complicated, people. It's really not. It's really not. It's easy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Read a different book. That's it.
Yeah, let's just read a different book. Let's just burn that book. That's what we do to books, right? Let's exterminate every piece of wrong think until there's only propaganda left.
I have so many people fighting me.
You think?
Because Because they want to stay in the system. The system benefits a 0.0001%. My ultimate goal is smashing the 99 and the 1%. That's what I'm here for.
You're here to smash the 99.1%? That means the little guys, you idiot. I'm going to assume that was just you being unclear, but either way, you are the 1%. So go smash yourself, I guess? But let's be honest here, you're already smashed beyond belief, aren't you?
And I'm here to do that through thought and raising women up.
Thought? You a telepath there, honey?
And yes, in Children of God, the cult I was born into.
Oh, that explains a lot.
And again, someone's like, oh, they make a big deal of the cult. I'm like, I would be talking about Ohio if that happened to be my life. That just was not.
What? What's going on?
But that's a cult too.
What cult? What are you talking about?
And I think you all know it.
No, we have no idea what you're talking about. Start making sense.
That's the thing. They're like, oh, it's so weird how you grew up. I think it's weird how you live.
Somebody shoot me. Can you, go easy on the meth next time you do a video?
And I think it's tragic.
Anytime you're done making word salad, just, let me know.
Because by 10%, because there's a lot of free minds. They're out there for sure. But we have to be vigilant.
10% of what? Anyway, the tragedy of this thing isn't that she showed up coked out of her mind. The tragedy is that the people at Big Think didn't stop this thing.
What if those 10% of the world that you look at as the weirdos and the fringe people, what if it's you guys?
Oh, the 10% were weird people now? Well, everyone thinks the other side are weirdos.
Just like how African Americans have been saying, I remember hearing about it, reading about it when I was 13. That they get killed when they get pulled over by cops.
And now we're talking about police violence, apparently. You understand that people can't hear your thoughts, right? You have to articulate them.
And that would be like us saying maybe, because someone said that to me in Germany recently. I said, this is kind of what a woman experiences, and he said, maybe, waving his hand.
Women get killed by cops when they get pulled over? Okay, sure, whatever. I'll buy that. Yeah, sure.
I said, we have a trillion PhDs in being a woman. Why? Because we're in our skin.
That's not how PhDs work. Well, maybe it does in gender studies.
And what's sad is because when you get sold as an idea, the other side thinks that's what you are.
Okay, well, what's this now?
That sounds crazy, huh? Yeah, you gotta admit there are some holes in your theory here.
So everybody's responding to us primarily as an idea that's sold to them through imagery.
Drug-fueled streams of consciousness.
Tuna.
Adam Sandler movies where you have Salma Hayek, Jessica Biel, Kate Beckinsale, these accomplished women with Adam Sandler, a slovenly slob whose shtick is wearing dirty pants and basically having a 2.2 IQ.
Whoa, them are fighting words. What did Adam Sandler do now?
But the message they send out is, you deserve this.
No, the message they're sending is, here is a mindless comedy. If you feel like it, feel free to watch it.
And that directly, with all those young boys watching, leads to the idea of, I deserve that hot woman. No, you actually deserve a complex woman, but only if you two can match that.
Complex woman. Yeah, I'm sure that's what every boy dreams of. What, people aren't allowed to have dreams anymore?
During World War II, each studio had served their rank. They served in the military. Their rank was ministers of propaganda.
Yeah, that sounds like horse shit to me. Never heard of that rank. I tried to verify it, but I couldn't find anything. But let's just assume for a second that it's true. If you know how bad propaganda is, why would you want to make more now?
And they came to them after the war and they said, holy crap, women are out of the kitchen. Why? Get back in.
The military came to Hollywood and said women are out of the kitchen. Yep, that makes sense. That is totally the purview of the military.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I had it figured.
And that's when we started seeing Doris Day, overdrive, vacuuming, everything.
In response to an order from the military, right? Well, speaking of conspiracy theorists, what was it you said before? What if the weirdo is you?
It is, once we put video with sound, images with sound, really have taken a fast. If you notice how fast the destruction of the world has gone, I know I'm tying things together. People are like, oh, it can't be responsible for all of that. Actually, it can.
What the fuck are we talking about now?
It really, really can. There's that 2-year-old on Facebook, that video that went around, he's punching along with Rocky.
He destroyed the world?
Well, it's hard to say.
Some sort of state secret.
No, just difficult to pronounce.
2. And everyone's like, isn't that cute? No, little Timmy there has just been stolen. You've just stolen what he is.
Little Timmy was stolen by the lizard people who live in my bush. In case you haven't figured it out, this video's put up quite a challenge on where to put the hey moron.
And when you're talking about also, you're telling him what a man is, you're especially telling him what a white man is.
Yeah, because no black person has ever been a boxer. That just doesn't happen.
And especially you're telling him how to feel. Why are sports so popular in a stupid country? Why? Because here, that's how men are the only time traditionally they're allowed to have an expression of energy or a release of energy. Unfortunately, it's in anger and aggression.
Wrong. It's because on average, men did sports in high school and shit. But don't worry, since women are doing the same thing in high school now, give it 10 or 20 years and they'll be just as crazy for sports as men are. What is that, your tweaker face?
But it's a real Western societal interest, it's a real American problem.
Oh yeah, only America has sports.
Worse than any other place, I bet, and I've been to a lot of places.
Well, in that case, I don't think you've been to the United Kingdom. Boy, howdy do they love their soccer.
And I think when you come from a land with more time behind it, right? America keeps going, we're so young. No, we're not. White people are young to it, you dummies.
Hey, moron! Fucking moron! They're talking about the country, you fuckhead, not the land mass. That's right. You sit there and feel ashamed of yourself.
America's not young. You just renamed it.
Thank you, Einstein. Well, I guess in that case, all countries are 4.5 billion years old.
You know what they did in the 20s? I thought this was the height of American hubris. They gave Native Americans citizenship.
What, would you prefer they didn't? Look, they did a lot of stupid shit 100 years ago. That's why we call it the past.
They gave Indians citizenship and called them Native. You know what I mean?
Again, I ask you, what should they have done then?
Like, that's the mentality we're dealing with, and they fight it on every level. They fight, I don't want the Redskins logo off this.
And now the stream of consciousness has gone to sports teams, okay?
Shut up.
No, you shut up.
Shut up.
You're not my mom. You're not the boss of me.
Wah, your sports team is sad now.
This is what empathy looks like.
You know, the traditional shaming thing. What have we done, like, since Hester Prynne? Come on, and like, since, I don't know, someone called Mary in the Bible. They did the same thing to me that they did to Mary.
Yeah, you really are the Virgin Mary, aren't you? In your head. What was that thing you said about hubris?
Every interview is what a man... So I understood the detail, the funneling, and the system of how we sell ideas to people.
Oh, I highly doubt that. You don't even seem to understand Velcro, for Christ's sake.
But you have to understand, it's not just the media. It was like how my family treated me. Based on coverage, because they're wrestling with... They kind of know me, but they think they know me more from what they see in the media because that's what they see.
How the fuck are your family problems part of Big Think?
Same with any man or woman that I've ever been with. Anything. Friends, it affected everything.
Yeah, so sad. I guess that's why you're homeless and eating out of garbage cans now. Oh wait, you're a billionaire actress. Did you ever think about the fact that maybe the experiences you've had has brought you to this point of success? No, of course you haven't.
It was But the prison wasn't mine. That's the whole thing. Unless you're actually behind bars, those bars aren't there, but we think they are.
Please, for the love of God, make sense. What are you talking about now?
I was on Stephen Colbert last night, and he said, we were talking about, I was wearing a hoodie, and he said, oh, I wish I could wear that, I have to wear the suit. Because I was saying I hate suits. I feel like whenever I wear them, and I was thinking maybe men are cranky because of this, because you're like a T-Rex, your hands are like You can't move.
That means it's an ill-fitting suit, you idiot. If a suit is properly fitted, it should be the most comfortable thing you've ever worn.
It's not fun, right? It's uncomfortable, and men don't like to be uncomfortable. They don't like itchy things, understandably. So that suit paradigm is stupid. And I said, well, what would happen to you if you didn't wear a suit? And he's like, I have to wear a suit just for as long as I'm like, but why? And he actually said, at the end, we were talking about it after, when the camera cut, and he's like, yeah, like kind of wonder, yeah, why do I have to wear a suit? Who says? Who made that rule?
There is no such rule. It's comfortable and it doesn't stand out because men don't like to stand out for how they look. They want to stand out for what they do.
Who cares? They also made the rule that it was indiscriminate and okay to rape and sexually assault in Hollywood.
Read my non-existent lips. There is no such rule. We have the rule of law in this country.
It's also time to stop that. End the world. That's all. Run-on sentence?
What? This is a picture of my cheese grater. Okay, I think I desperately need to go watch some Rick and Morty or something because I don't know how many IQ points I lost from watching that video. I suggest you do the same.
By all means, to hell with us.
And if you're feeling generous, consider motivating me on Patreon. Thanks for watching and see you next time.